followed closely behind the year featuring Pokemon Go. Yeah, I mean, that's quite incredible. I know Sword and Shield have obviously done very well for them, Anton, but when you think of the history of the Pokemon company, isn't that quite wild that this is their second best year?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how the attribution is there, because I guess we've got Detective Pikachu, we've got Sword and Shield, but you know, Pokemon has had a lot of kind of feverish points in its history, and I feel sorry for the person that has to go to the shareholders and be like, it's going to get better, because that's a show I wouldn't know how to follow, because I guess they could do more live action Pokemon. It'll probably be a while until we get our next mainstream game, but nevertheless, it's more money going towards the company, and hopefully they invest that in some Switch goodness.
Yeah. Al, any thoughts on why? Well, we've obviously had the movie. I think that's probably a big part of it.
I think the movie has probably helped them greatly in pulling in money. The movie and Sword and Shield both been released. I mean, the Switch has a pretty decent install base these days. The game, I think, probably encouraged a lot of people to go and buy a Switch in the first place. So it's not surprising they've had a really good year, but like you guys, I'm not entirely sure where they're going to go from here. They must have some things up their sleeve, and there's always a continuous stream of merch and various animes and comics and stuff that come out, trading card games, and there's plenty to keep them going. It's just a question of what they can do. And I mean, Pokemon Go is still going. I know plenty of people who still play Pokemon Go.
Pokemon still going, absolutely. Pokemon Sword and Shield first DLC is going to arrive 17th of June, by the way, just as an add-on to that, so not long to go until that first DLC arrives. Right, I'm going to read a sentence that makes no sense to me, but I'm going to read it as if I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, new Pokemon Go update for Android. See, it didn't work. Let me try that again.
You do this for a living, Mike.
The new Pokemon Go update for Android has added realistic occlusion, which is great news, Anton. What does it mean?
Yes. So basically, if you're like in a crowd, which none of us are, if there was a Pokemon in it, it would be able to run in between people's legs now. It can hide behind things now. It can. There's a degree of parallax, so it doesn't sit in front of things. You know, when you'd play Pokemon Go or any AR game, and the scaling would go off, and it would be like really big and then really tiny on something, and the scale would mess up, and then it's also in front of everything. Now it realistically goes behind things. It can run around, and just seeing it in a crowd, it's like it's crazy. It looks like a frantic little wee animal.
It's so
That's
awesome,
cool.
Al.
Yeah, I am so impressed with that, but I'm kind of annoyed it's only on Android. Darn it.
Yeah, I think it's all based on like phones with multiple cameras, and that's how it's kind of telling the depth with our eyes. So I think they have to tailor it for every phone's individual different set of arrangement of cameras, which
wow.
I think since there's less iPhones than Androids generally, we'll possibly get that
easier
update
place to start.
Yeah, but it's so cool. I'm glad I now know what we're talking about, which is definitely good. Okay.